Hey everybody, it's me, and I have some news I can finally share with you. And I've been waiting a long time to play that again. And the news is that I will be attending a sim racing convention for the first time, and not just as an attendee, but also as a special guest. You will be able to see me at the Sim Gaming Expo in Chicago, Illinois, September 5th through the 7th. The Sim Gaming Expo is a celebration of everything simulator related and is being hosted at the Schaumburg Renaissance Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois, just to the northwest of Chicago. This 3-day event has many special events and features, including a few I will be a part of that I'm able to share with you. Now, this is an event I've really been looking forward to in North America. I know there's been the big one in Dortmund, Germany, for example, which I don't have the money to go to. And I've always wanted something a little bit closer to home, and we haven't had anything like this in quite a number of years. Many years ago, there was like the iRace for Life thing, but that was down in Dallas, Texas. And at that point in my life, that was not something I could really do. And I really cannot wait to actually go to a convention, go to an expo. What's great about like expos and conventions is, especially in the sim racing sphere, is you will have an opportunity to try out lots of different equipment that you would not normally have access to. You can't walk into Micro Center and try out like a GSI wheel, for example. There's still good equipment you can get there and try out. You can even try out hoisting bell pedals there too. But in terms of like a variety of rigs and peripherals and equipment you can try, this convention is really going to have it all. So anything you can think of in terms of computer hardware, sim racing hardware with wheels and pedals and rigs, and also some VR stuff, I'm sure, this will be a great opportunity for you to try that stuff out. So some of the vendors that will be there include Hoisting Belt, which make the pedals. I have Hoisting Belt sprint pedals, which are really nice. I'd love to try out their higher end pedals if they have any. There'll also be SimLab, which makes great rigs. Ask me how I know. I have a SimLab rig. And what I'd really like to try as well is a SimiQ wheel. SimiQ will also be there. And other people that will be there include like GSI, for example, the Gomez Sim Industry wheel, which they make really, really fancy wheels, like thousands of dollars wheels, which I would love to try. One of the things I'm passionate about is technology and gear in general when it comes to sim racing. And I really love seeing everyone's setups and rigs and seeing the peripherals they have and they're running and how much they just enjoy their hobby, whether it's, top drivers in the professional series or even back in the days of when I'd spectate bottom split ARCA races for ARCA Break Weekly. I'd find people talking about like their motion rigs and stuff. And I was just absolutely fascinated hearing how much people like invest in their hobby and love their hobby. So as much as the technology would be really cool to try out, I'm going there honestly because I would like to just to meet people and have fun interacting with people. When I started this channel 5 years ago and 1 week to the day that this video will be out, believe it or not, we were in the middle of COVID. And yeah, I'm an introvert, but like at the same time, like COVID basically just completely ruined and disrupted all of our lives back in that time. We couldn't do what we normally did, and the outlets I had were gone. And for some reason I decided, well, let's start a YouTube channel. I need some kind of creative outlet to not think about the things that are going on at the moment. So yes, there are some people during COVID who are learning how to like make fancy meals or try and make their own bread or learn how to dance. I learned how to dance too, or at least I tried. I wanted to make a community of my own and see kind of just where we would go. And 5 years later, I've really accomplished that through this channel, through my Twitch channel, and a very vibrant Discord community. There's a lot of people talk about like, you should make 5-year plans. Like whatever you're doing, if you don't like doing it after 5 years, or if it's not working after 5 years, you should stop. And I never really thought about like having a 5-year plan back then, but needless to say, if I came up with a plan and set out goals for myself, well, honestly, I hit my goals. I have what I love, and so I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. One of the things I enjoy most about this is just the community aspect. It's been meeting people / being recognized at racetracks, which it's, unless you're like a racing driver, still bizarre to tell people like, yeah, I got recognized at Indianapolis Motor Speedway or the Milwaukee Mile, right? But being intrinsically linked to sim racing, it's made that possible, and it's been so much fun just meeting everyone who's been a fan. And so I hope that by me attending this, one, you should attend this because it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to have so much stuff you can try out, but additionally, you can meet me, and there's some other people you can meet too. As for some of the special things planned, there's at least 2 things right now I can share with you. The first is I will be part of some discussion panel at some point, kind of final details yet to be determined, but it's mostly going to just be, I don't know if it's going to be like a Q&A, but basically I think the route we're going is trying to, what I would like it to be is I would like to actually talk about how to encourage everyone to stream, because streaming and, content creation has been a great outlet for me. It's made me a more sociable person than I ever thought I could be. Again, very much as an introvert, but it's helped me in a lot of ways just kind of grow personally. And I used to think that people like me could not stream. I don't know for sure when this discussion panel will occur, what date it will be, but that will kind of get finalized as we get close to the event in 2 months' time. But the thing I'm most excited about to share with you, and what I'm most excited about just competing in, is that we are having a mini IndyCar weekend championship. It's the Sim Gaming Expo Open Wheel Invitational, and I actually have a link down below if you are interested in throwing your name in the lot. I imagine there'll be quite a high response rate from those in the community, which do include people who were in the Pro Series or other notable names in the community, but nevertheless, I'm pretty open to whomever may be willing to give this a shot. So naturally, I will be at the convention for 3 days, and on the main stage, there will be a whole slew of cockpits for us to drive in these races. So I will be racing, in effect, kind of like a LAN-style event, which is really cool because I've never dreamed about ever doing anything like that. So I say this half jokingly. I'm kind of trying to negotiate myself like a massive entrance with huge pyrotechnics and some kind of like classical music blaring as my entrance music, perhaps, for this event. But it's a really cool element that not many people get the chance to actually participate in. It's going to be very much a big kind of esports feel. Preliminarily, the championship will include on Friday a race at Chicagoland, then Saturday at Road America, and the finale on Sunday being at Michigan. I'm currently working on seeing who else in the IndyCar community is able to be there in person, so not only would you be able to beat me, but you would also be able to meet, frankly, some drivers who are much faster than me, who did a lot better than me in the Pro Series, perhaps, if we can get some of those people. If you'd like to learn more about this event, I have the website linked down below in the description, simgamingexpo.com. And again, if you have any questions, I can try and answer them as best as I can as well. The event is in 2 months, and if you can make it, you don't even have to go all 3 days. So you can buy a 3-day pass. You can also just buy a single-day ticket too, depending on your availability. But this is an event that I really think has the potential to be something really big going forward. And I want you to be the person to say, like, I was there for the first one. You remember where it all started. So stay tuned for that in the future, and also stay tuned for in the future here. You may have noticed there's some new equipment lying around, and frankly, there's been a lot of new equipment ever since I published my rig tour video. I think it was now 2 years ago, where, remember, I shut off my rig. It still had the Logitech shifter on it, still had my CSL Elite wheelbase, and people were like, you have this great rig, why do you have this $500 wheelbase? Like, easy, gotta build your way up. And I think I built my way up to the Pro Series eventually. In fact, I qualified for the Pro Series on that CSL wheel. But in all seriousness, lots of cool upgrades I'd love to show you. This Rodecaster Pro 2 has been an absolute wonder to use for streaming, except like the first stream I had some little technical issues that thankfully everyone was very patient with. But it's a very impressive tool that I'd like to show off in this new rig tour video, and just my rig itself, because like I said, lots of new stuff in the past 2 years, including this wonderful wheel that I constructed, which there's absolutely zero problems drilling, no technical problems in the making of this wheel. So I expect that video to hopefully come out within the next 2 weeks or so. Maybe by then I'll have actually solid color hair, or I'll probably hopefully have had a haircut by then. Hopefully I get a haircut before the expo for that matter. So like I said, if you have any questions about the expo, I can try and answer them down in the comments. But again, check out the website for more information, and I will see you in the next video.